everyone, it's Talia here with H3. Happy Healthy Hump Day. I just want to, as we're posting for our last day in April here, focusing on spirituality, and we're finding peace, ultimately finding peace. I just want to talk about one last thing. So as I heard a story about a man who was working for a bank and went to a big training, and as he was at this training, he was very touched by the fact that, you know, being a manager or someone, a boss, someone in charge, as you start to help your employees become and help you better with your own business that you're running, people and things and objects, everything is drawn to light and positivity. And for those that have been in a business environment or home environment with children, or even any sort of a relationship, people are drawn to positivity. You want to be with those that make you feel happy and give you positive outlooks or have positive criticism, things that will, you know, they help give you ideas on how you can better yourself, but it's typically drawn to light and the positivity. So that struck me and thought, you know, there's a lot to do with light and spirituality and that positivity that comes. So let's just kind of touch base with ourselves. When we are ultimately, I mean, when you think about the spiritual side of things, you want to find peace. And that peace comes when you're having joy. All of us at one time or another have felt a little bit of joy, if not a lot. And typically when we think about, okay, what did I do or what do I do now if I'm feeling the joy now that creates that joy? So as we kind of look at those things that we've been doing to help us get that feeling of just joy, and I'm not talking like, you know, a temporary arousal fix of, you know, joy. I'm talking about joy that lasts a long time, where you're feeling that light and that love and that peace that's inside. Typically it'll be because of some sort of service that we've done, and reaching out to someone, a conversation that we're having, you know, really creating a relationship of some sort. There's something that has to do with the way that we're made. We just have to reach out and serve. And when we do that, we feel so much better. And somehow we just feel this rush of peace and this happiness that comes, and we get a little bit of a high of just a high on life, you know, that zeal for life kind of a feeling. And anyway, so when you look at that, you want to think, okay, I want to do that more. You've got to kind of narrow it down on what triggers those different joyful, positive moments in your life that brings the light in. Well, and that's kind of basically my main thing, but I want to close with the scripture, and the scripture kind of wraps it up as well, to do with light. And it's a little bit of a longer one as well, because, you know, scriptures and spirituality just go hand in hand. So the first scripture I want to share is in John chapter 8, verses 12. And it says, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. And then the second scripture is D&C, so Doctrine and Covenants, chapter 84, verses 45 through 46. For the word of the Lord is truth, and whatsoever is truth is light. And whatsoever is light is spirit, even the Spirit of Jesus Christ. And the Spirit giveth light to every man that cometh into the world, and the Spirit enlighteneth every man through the world that hearkeneth to the voice of the Spirit. And then we've also heard, I can't remember where the scripture is, but, you know, don't hide your light under a bushel. The light of the world, you know, hold it out on a mountaintop, kind of a feel. When you start feeling that joy, share it. It spreads. It's like a wildfire. It really does spread, and it's light, and it helps to create more, and it gets a better environment. And it typically will start in the home. And then as it grows in the home, you can share it with other friends and family and people you don't know. You know, you glow and you radiate as you start feeling this light, and you feel your spirituality side growing. As your spiritual side gets stronger, it's pretty amazing how everything else kind of falls into place and balances. I believe it's God that is blessing you because you are touching base with him. But yeah, you do somehow, your physical body starts to kind of do better. Your mental, emotional starts to kind of clear up. You just start feeling all around better, and you start getting ideas of, oh, I need to do this to better myself here, or I need to do this to help serve and help them. It's pretty amazing how life works when you start focusing on the light and finding that joy and that peace in your life. So I encourage you all to work on finding that and narrowing down what really brings that joy in your life. And I encourage you to continue to do it. And I'll leave that with you on this Happy Healthy Hump Day. Later.